A group of 6 volunteers have visited Room of Victory as their community project to show cares and passion to the elderly. This is one of the staff working at Room of Victory, Mr. Lou. He is willing to work there with a minimum pay to take care of the elderly. In this video, he talked about the background of Room of Victory and its founder, Mr. Philip, and most importantly, how this Room of Victory elderly home come about, which is due to many old folks being abandoned by their children.
There are 4 types of ministry: elderly home, Life Training Center, which is a drug rehab center, Youth Life Building Center, and Children Home, which is an orphanage. First, we started as a drug rehab center, and this is our founder, Mr. Philip. He was a drug addict before, and he started this drug rehab center to help other drug addicts get rid of their drug addiction. In 1998, there are more and more nightlife, clubbing and gang activities, which causes many youngsters started to expose to drug. Hence, Mr. Philip thought that prevention is better than cure, so he started Youth Life Building Center. The intention of this center was to help teenagers, but at the same time also received orphans. As the number of members increases, Mr. Philip afraid that teenagers will induce bad influences on children, so they decided to separate the youth and children, which is how the orphanage ministry is founded. However, they also noticed old folks being abandoned by their children. Therefore, Mr. Philip established the elderly home to provide care and shelter to the needy and poor elderly.
This is one of the members of Room of Victory, Mr. Wong. The issue that being reflected is that nowadays we are witnessing a massive increase in the number of old folks' home, or the more fashionable, retirement homes in this modernized days. This is because aged people are becoming more and more isolated, and youngsters have less and less patience in handling or adjusting with them. Most of the high earners, men and women with class and status in society, just can't stand the sight of their aged and ailing parents and leave them to wither away in obscure old folks' home, not even looking back once at the person who was a prime reason for their existence. It is hard to bear the sadness of witnessing the old folks did not get the love and care of their children.
Good morning. Can you tell us more about yourself?
I am 73 years old, from Kampar, Perak. I used to be a car mechanic. As I grew older, I became a farmer because I could not handle to work as a car mechanic anymore.
How long have you been living here, and do you feel comfortable living here?
I have been staying here for 3 months, and I have already adapted to life here very well. The reason is I used to stay in another old folks' home in Kampar as well.
What is your daily routine here?
I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. First thing I will do in the morning is to have a breakfast and do exercise after that. Then, I will sit down and have a chat with other old folks or play cards or chess. During afternoon, I will have a nap after my lunch. After I wake up, I will have dinner and continue to have fun with other old folks here.
How many children do you have?
I have a daughter. She is 37 years old. She is always going out station, therefore she settled me here so that I can be taken care.
Do you have any say to the young adults now or your daughter?
Even though earning money is very important these days, but they shouldn't neglect their family and parents. So I hope young adults can spend more time with your family and don't wait until it's too late. Always remember where you come from, and they will be nothing without their parents' nurture.
Okay, that's the end of our interview. Thank you.
We tried to listen to the elderly and build a rapport with them. Although elderly people may things that do not make sense or express outdated views, but they still deserve compassion. Besides that, we would like to create closer bonds with the old folks by sharing activities with them like playing chess or singing together with them. One of the information that our peers and community need to know about the old folks is the increasing number of old folks in the old folks' home in our country nowadays and what they can do in order to help them. In 2010, a study by the Department of Statistics showed that nearly 1 in 3 Malaysians aged 60 and above have been abandoned by their children. And there are about 675,500 elderly parents did not receive financial support from their children, according to the survey by the National Population and Family Development Board. With a clear and better understanding, they will be able to help them.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all.
Thank you. Do it before later becomes never.